All right, in my further venture to find unique, interesting, cool, and even wild things on the NAB show floor, I stumbled into, well, I didn't stumble. The creative crew told me where to go on this one, but I found something kind of interesting and I thought we should put it on camera. So I've got Frank with MakePro X here to tell us a little bit about what this monstrosity is sitting behind me. All right, what in the world is this? Well, first, what do you do? What do you guys create? Tell us more about this console.
So we are MakePro X. We're from Cologne, Germany. We are building modular, totally modular, control systems, as in tactile and touch operator live control systems, which are as flexible as networks today, which are as modular as networks today. Today, if you want to do a modular, like a network system, the operation side many times is a problem. Like you can get something in the network, something maybe in the cloud, which does switching, mixing, this and that, so many things. But then how do you present this to your operator, who may be a casual operator? Maybe he's in a warship environment and he's a volunteer and he's not a weather pro and there are too many buttons and he pushes a button.
It's the wrong one.
Right? So simple interfaces, which are integrating multifunction into a simple workflow, is what everyone needs. It's not only the top broadcasters, they need it because time is money and they have to be agile and everything, right? But also the streamer, right, who today on his table, he has 5, 6 different interfaces and only the master, he can operate this. But the guy, his substitute, he goes on vacation and then Kevin comes in, and
Poor Kevin!
He pushes the wrong buttons, right? So this is what we do. We do a modular control system, which is fully customizable, which is super modern. I could show you some details.
Okay, now when you say fully customizable, how customizable are we talking? Are down to these minor modules here?
Absolutely. It all starts, taking down the video here, and let's move to our online builder. So here's how it starts. This is our website. If you go to MakePro-X.com, you register, like under login, you register via Google or your email. You go to My Devices and you end up in this environment where you have a list of, we call them tiles, and you can drag and drop, a camera stick here if you like, or, even a touch screen if you like.
Part of my head just exploded there as I realized you can finally create a custom control surface that meets any expectation.
Exactly. It is, you can decide exactly which size, exactly which controls, how many faders, how many buttons, do you need camera, yes, no, you want a touch screen, you can decide on your ideal workflow, user.
Okay, that's beautiful, but what am I connecting it to? So obviously you have to have an API here. What kind of devices?
Goes like this. Let's complete this fellow here, and we have a renderer which shows you progress of your builds, and we just complete this to be an audio console, and we duplicate some encoders, we duplicate the displays and the buttons and the faders, maybe like this. We move those up, and let's say we built a special mixer, and we are using, I'm just making this up here, we're using a T-bar. Okay, now that's a little uncommon to have a T-bar, but maybe that's what you want, right? And we close this gap here, so all right. Let's say that's your perfect workflow console. We are taking a layout definition, which we call the layout string. Now we go to our software. We're very proud of Glue, our software, which brings everything together. Glue, like it ties things together, right? We say My Controllers Plus. We paste the so-called layout string right here. We say add, and now we have the guy we just built online. Now, if you want this on your table, you click order, you order with us. We built this for you, and a few weeks later, 3, 4, 5 weeks, you have your bespoke desk on your table. But even before it reaches, like the next moment, you can import the layout into Glue, and you can emulate it. Like if I press the play button, already now you see the surface you have been building, and it is functional. It is an emulation. It does everything the hardware will do. Well, you need the mouse, right? Yeah. So put it on a touchscreen and you can use your fingers. But it's an emulation which already now can be assigned any functionality from your network which you want to control. So you may say, I'm having a panel, and one day I'm using vMix, and maybe the other day I'm using some other switching system. Maybe it's a Blackmagic, maybe it's a cloud switcher, maybe it's whatever it is. Your workflow assignment here will remain the same, very likely, because workflows are you want the workflows to be the same no matter what backend you're using, and it's as simple as that. You click on like a fader cassette or a button row, and right here, let's go here and assign a layer selection. Now, layer selection means we can define multiple layers of functionality. So I could have the first 12, the second 12 channels of a certain audio mixer. On another layer, I have channels of another audio mixer. Like we can have control of cloud and on-prem at the same time, legacy and pure software at the same time. So it's multi-target, multi-protocol. So if I'm now going to layers here, let's say I'm using a Behringer X32, and why not? It's a popular device in streaming. Right? Many churches depend on the X32 as their audio core. And so I'm just selecting and double-clicking, and now I'm having control of the faders 1 to 12. It was like auto-numbering. It just assumes, next. You want to go further with your channels. And on the next layer, I would now be bringing in, let's say, something else. We go and take a Grass Valley mixer, like an amp, but like a drastically different, vastly different chord. So I'm now on layer 2. I'm selecting. I'm going to. It's very powerful, so it has a lot of parameters here. So I'm going to channel state, and I'm assigning levels. And now the same panel. And I'm just opening the emulation again. The same panel is having a Behringer here. So another layer now, I can move volumes in the cloud. And that was just the starting point, right? You can build completely custom, simplified, backend agnostic workflows.
So from an API standpoint, I assume you're doing all web-based APIs or IP-based APIs? Okay, so what about things like NDI or just basic serial controls?
All right. So this is a list of standard protocols, right? So yeah, and you can do anything IP anyway, right? We support serial protocols. We support Ember Plus, OSC are somewhat alike, if you like. So it's address value kind of a thing. MQTT is also very similar. We have a native AMP implementation. We have so many more. Like these two here are like broadcast mixer and Heath D-Live protocols. This one here this is a modular system. These protocols here are plugged into Glue and they appear in this list. Let me show you one thing. The Allen and Heath protocol is actually implemented. I know because I pasted this script into Glue in another demo. Now, this script here, which is JavaScript, and you can code JavaScript right within Glue, and you can implement any protocol you like. This script here implements the Allen and Heath D-Live protocol. So our system is wide open. It can be extended into any direction. If you're asking us something we don't have, then someone has to do it. It could be us. It could be you. It could be the customer, possibly. It could be a freelancer doing it for the customer. We always found a way so far to close these gaps because it's a very advanced, very modern, super modular system, and it's actually easy to extend.
Okay, so one last question I've got. So this touch screen up here, talk to me about what's generating this, and how am I seeing video in here?
All right. So this is a self-contained unit. So it's a single cable Ethernet and PoE, or in this case, no PoE, but a DC jack, right? So basically network interface and power. And it includes this module here. Our system is fully modular, right? So you may decide to put in a computer into this unit, then it is autonomous. You put it on a table, you switch it on, and it boots into its configuration, into its workflow, and it speaks to the targets direct. So you don't need another computer in the network and worry about setting up a network, but you just put it there, switch it on, and it works. It also drives the touchscreen. This is a browser. It's a Chrome browser. So anything you can display in Chrome can display on our unit. It's a touchscreen, of course. And so here we're showing a Grass Valley AMP panel embedded, and it's a touchscreen. So you can the network is really slow here. The latency is due to the trade show network here. But anyway, this you can switch multiple pages. Yeah? So performance is very nice. The whole touch experience is very nice, almost iPad-like. Really nice integration, very fast. And you can configure the screens yourself, and you can tie in screens from the clouds and have perfect touch and tactile workflows.
Wow. That, Frank, that is ridiculous. I love this. I mean, I have so many other questions, but we'll save those for another expos. So this is Frank with MakePro X. This is one of the coolest consoles I've seen because it's whatever you need it to be. And you can customize it, build it, customize it again later, and change it a week later after that. Pretty awesome. So if you're, where do they find you online, Frank?
MakePro-X.com. Our website is always behind. So when you want to see the latest, meet us at the trade show, right? Speak to our partners. Our website may need an update. Yeah, the system is always more advanced than the promotion. It's really like this. For a change, it's that way around. So, thanks for having me.
Thank you for letting us and sharing this with us. This is really cool. All right, we'll see you as we go and search for more cool stuff on the NAB show floor.